Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in Tampa, Florida. We're going to be doing a driving tour of the Drew Park neighborhood. If you look on my right-hand side, you got the Buccaneers football stadium. You got a bunch of banners that read #GoBucks. And on my left-hand side, we have, I believe it's the New York Yankees baseball training stadium, right?
Yes.
It's the training camp on my left-hand side. I thought to myself, like, why would the New York Yankees place a stadium in Tampa, Florida? But then, shortly after, it occurred to me, because it's warm all year long here. So, what better place to train and keep your players up to par than by placing one of your training camps in a warm place. So the Drew Park neighborhood is made up of a few sports complexes. You got the Raymond James Stadium on my right hand side for the Buccaneers, and then on my left, which you may see shortly, I'm going to merge to my left lane. Alright, we're going to merge right now to the left lane. And then you have where the New York Yankees train at. It's their training camp. We're coming up on my left-hand side. Right now we're on a main highway, so we kind of got a flow of traffic. We're about 2 minutes away from our destination. We're passing under a walkway where you can cross the highway on foot. Yeah, on my left hand side, it is called, you guys can't see it because it's off of the shot, but it's called the George M. Steinbrenner Field. It's 87 degrees outside right now. Yeah, and it literally has a New York Yankees logo on it, so that's probably trippy for the residents that live around here. You're literally living in Florida, but you see a New York Yankees logo daily. But it makes sense. New York, it gets cold, frigid temperatures, snow, chilly single digits in the winter season. We're now approaching Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. On the left-hand side, we have a Mercedes-Benz automobile dealership. And right after the Mercedes-Benz dealership, we have an Infinity dealership. I'm going to make this left-hand turn coming up, though, so we can enter the Drew Park neighborhood. We're just going to do some rounds. It looks like a small neighborhood based off of the map. So we're going to drive around and see what it looks like. We got an Infinity dealership right here. Got a lot of traffic coming up. There's a sign on my left-hand side that reads Drew Park. So I guess it lets you know that you're entering the Drew Park neighborhood. We got a lot of oncoming traffic. This is the North Dale Mabry Highway. We're on the 4600 block. And we're on West Alva Ave, the intersection of Dale Mabry and West Alva. I think after this car I can go. I'm gonna go. Cool. We're on Alva Street. And we now are in the Drew Park neighborhood. We're on North Church Ave and Alva Street. There's a lot right here on my left-hand side that has a whole bunch of classic Jeeps. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. This is a dead end. This is Cortez Ave, Alva Street and Cortez. But look, we have some apartments on my left-hand side. I just want to see what this dead end looks like. We got some large granite countertops on my left. Looks like slate, granite, marble, things of that nature. Acme Stone, yeah, Tampa, Florida, Acme Stone. I'm gonna make this U-turn right here. There's a warehouse on my right-hand side. And I see a Porsche. There's a Porsche SUV over there. I don't know if you guys can see a white Porsche. There's about a dozen ducks under the Porsche. I guess they're trying to seek shade, you know. Probably hot for them in the sunlight. And this gives you a better view of, there's a lot on my left. I see over a dozen old Jeeps. Not just any regular Jeep, but like the military style Jeeps, the old Toyota Jeeps. Almost looks like Jeep wheelies and all of that. But a lot of older bodies. I guess he's a collector, maybe? A collector and connoisseur. Maybe he sells parts for those Jeeps. We're on Cortez and Alva. I think I am going to make a left. Let's see what this block over here looks like. We got the tropical plants going on. On my left, on the far left, you can see that Yankees training stadium. It literally says Yankees real big too. Now that I look at it from this side, I didn't see that from the other side. We got Inter Bay Electronic Company Inc. on my right. We got that Yankee Stadium on my left. This lot right here on my left houses a few hundred Mercedes, because I guess that's the back storage lot for the Mercedes dealership. We got Sign Solutions on my right hand side. This is West Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, 3900 block. I'm going to make this right hand turn. That's also another entrance to the Spectrum, the George M. Steinbrenner Field. That's another entrance. Let's make this right-hand turn on North Grady Ave. We got Chicks. Cabaret, Tampa on my left. Wow, it's called Chicks and it shows a female. Hiring. Party from, said something, party from, what's it say? Party from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Yo, that's one of those after hours female bars. There was actually one around the corner, wasn't there? There was another place around the corner that was like a female bar. I guess it was I guess a place where you can visit without walls. International Church on my left. Wow, what are the odds? We have this Mercedes-Benz RV passengers. What are the odds you got a female, it looks like after hour, and then you got a church right next to it? We got Acupac USA on my left. Let's go straight. Let's see what this block looks like over here. Palm trees. I'm gonna pull over. I got an Acura MDX that's tailing me, like the whole time he's tailing me. I'm just trying to cruise and casually drive through the neighborhood. I'm not sure what he's up to, but we got some industrial tools on my left. I say tools because they're like vehicles, equipment, work equipment. Camp Bow Wow. Premier Doggy Daycare and Boarding on my left. They call it Camp Bow Wow. Alright, we're approaching West Cayuga. West Cayuga. We got a Cayuga in Philly also. We're on North Grady Ave and West Cayuga. Alright. Let's go up another block and see what it's hitting for. So far, I haven't seen any residential homes just yet. This seems to be like an industrial area. On my right, yeah, we got more business trucks. On my left, we got Next Gen Restoration. Felicia Village Apartments on my right. We got an alloy wheel repair specialist on my right. That's cool. It's a cool business. Green Market Cafe on my left. If you crack a rim, you take it to those guys and they'll be able to repair it for you. For a fee, of course. We got the Mon South Tool and Design Machine Shop on my left. See, remember I told you that this seems like a little industrial section. We got a restaurant around the corner that's top rated. It's called Mom's Place. Let's make this left. We got Jersey tags in front of us. New Jersey, what's up, dude? You're from New Jersey, man. What are you doing over here, man? We're from PA. We're like totally sisters. We got Rexel Electric Company on my left. We got the Peninsular Lumber Company on my right. We got North Hale Ave right here on my right. We got Reborn. A charger on my left that said Reborn. This is Hale Ave. I'm not trying to go up Hale Ave. It still looks like industrial. They have a flea market out here on my left. Hydraulic hoses and all of that. Let's make this left on Clark Ave. Clark Ave looks like it could potentially have some residents inhabiting the neighborhood. Let's see very shortly. We got a house on my right hand side. Wow, we finally stumbled upon a house. Spectacular. We got an older Nissan on my right. The Z series. We got a dyno tuning service on my left. Ooh, look at these classics on my right. That classic Datsun truck. Ooh, we got a Nissan Silver on my left. Right in front of the dyno tuning place. I guess it makes sense because when you dyno tune something, look, there's something called Turbo Boys on my left here too. I guess they work on turbos and all of that.
Turbo Toys.
Oh, it says Turbo Toys. Thank you very much for clarifying that. I must have been blind as a bat. We got a big, gigantic Mack truck behind us too that's kind of dictating our speed here. We got Turbo Toys in front of us also. We're on Cayuga and North Clark Ave. This Mack truck is behind us too. He's turning with us. We got towing and transportation service on my left. Still, so far, it seems like a bunch of businesses. That's all I'm seeing. Janitorial supply. We're on Lois and West Cayuga. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on Lois. American Tire, new and used on my left. All square cabinets and countertops on my right. I'm gonna pull over because I got this Toyota Tundra that wants to like use the force and Tundra right by me. We got a Mercedes that's about to pass us. Top Tech Collision on my left. Catalina Chemical on my right.
Fantasy Island on my right.
Wow, XXX Adult Superstore.
Super Center.
Well, Super Center is a superstore. We got Stop and Pick Food Market across the street on my right hand side. I'm gonna make this left. We're on the 4200 block of West Osborne, the intersection of North Lois and Osborne. Let's turn left on Osborne. Remember the Osbornes, Ozzy Osbourne? We got Leo's Touch window tinting on my left hand side. Let's make this left on Thatcher. We got some older Mercedes over here on my left. Old school Mercedes 380 SL with antique tags. City of Tampa Contract Hall. Alright, let's turn right. We ain't got no other choice but to turn right. We got a sofa. They disposed of a sofa right there on the left. Julio Herrera Lawn Service on my right. We got an ice cream truck on my left. SpongeBob, Captain America, and what looks to be like a beat up orange Patrick. We're on North Hubert. Thatcher and North Hubert. I'm still on the hunt for homes. It looks like we got some homes on my right. Got some homes on my right. I'm gonna make this right. Let's see what this little area looks like. There's some more older Jeeps too. Older Toyota Jeep on my left. Let's go straight. Let's see what these look like. It looks like there's some houses over here. No, that looks like an apartment. There's a bunch of meters and there's a bunch of front doors. So that's an apartment. Oh, this looks like a little apartment community. Shall I enter the apartment community? Let's enter the apartment community. This is the apartment community. We're totally entering a private property right now. But it's cool. I'm trying to give you guys a little rundown of what this area looks like over here in Tampa. We got some large commercial trucks on my right hand side. We got the backyards. There's a scooter, a little 50cc scooter over here behind somebody's house. A little meet squad. We pretty much just went around that little apartment complex. We got two gentlemen up front over there walking dogs. They're both walking their dogs. Looks like pit bulls. Alright, I'm gonna turn the air up to number 3 just to keep the recording device cool, because we had a mishap where, since it's really sunny over here, the camera overheated. Got a Honda Accord on my right with some rims. And still, everything looks pretty industrial. We got Iglesia Centro Cristiano Monte de Sion Ministerio Alguien Diga Amén Inc. Whatever that means. What does it mean, Dora the Explorer?
Somebody say amen.
But like, translate that. What's that all mean? Iglesia Centro Cristiano Monte de. What's it mean?
Sion Mountain. Cristiano Ministry. Oh, somebody say amen Inc.
We're on Osborne and Hubert. You're fired, Dora the Explorer. I didn't understand that translation. Say no. Yeah, that wasn't too helpful, but yeah. Yo, these trucks. Go ahead, bro. Pass us, cause you ready to pass us. We on Coolidge and Osborne Ave. Jeff's Transmissions. Steve Carroll's Paint and Body on my left. Tampa Auto Sports on my right. Yeah, I didn't mean you were not helpful. I meant that the titling of their church wasn't really like a helpful title.
It was a really long one.
Yeah, it was weird. We got Tree and Landscaping on my right. Arbor Bay. Jeff's Transmission Technical Support on my left. I gotta turn on that air again because we over here toasting. DP Auto Repair on the left. A lot of auto repair businesses. A lot of oh, check it out, an RV on my right. Class A. Custom craft laminates. A lot of warehouses back here. Would you like to live in a district like this? I mean, I guess you know there's not a lot of neighbors. You ain't got a lot of neighbors in an area like this. It's all commercial type businesses and stuff. Wow, they had a classic Toyota back then. That thing looked decent. Commercial trucks on my left, tons of commercial trucks. We're on West Alva Street. We started out on West Alva Street. Let's cross over West Alva. Alva and Manhattan Ave. We're on Manhattan Ave. Auto body part supply on my right. left. Counter sales on my left. We got a business called Spectrum on my right, Manhattan and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We got a house on my right. There was one house tucked away, another house on my right tucked away. All right, some more houses over here. We're approaching West Virginia Ave, and it looks like we stumbled upon a residential neighborhood. Yeah, it looks like we just stumbled upon a residential neighborhood. So let's keep on going straight. It looks like this female's talking to some landscapers. Well, one of the landscaper who's with several other landscapers working on her property. We got some houses on the right, and now we got some houses on the left. These are really big lawns. The lawns are so huge. This is a huge lawn. This is like a 38-foot, almost 40-foot lawn, like distance from the street, and it's really wide too. This lawn is so big on my left, they got like 5 vehicles parked on their lawn. Yeah, they got a huge lawn. We got street side mailboxes. This looks like it could be apartments. See, these lawns are so big that I gotta turn the vehicle to the house. If not, you're not gonna be able to see the property. That's one thing I miss about doing tours in places like Philly, and I guess Baltimore is similar, because they got row homes and it's so dense. You know what I mean? Like, the houses are street side. You don't gotta like point the vehicle to.
Yep, you're able to see both sides.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I yawned, so Omi caught me on the alley-oop. She ooped, y'all. Alley-oop. But yeah, I was yawning. Yeah, look at these houses. It's a lot different from the other Florida neighborhoods that we've been seeing within the last couple weeks. This looks more like country like. What's that in the middle of the street? Smush something, huh? On Ohio Ave. Is that cat a turtle? What is it? I'm so curious right now. Now she made me curious. I really wanted to go Coolidge Ave, but I'm trying to see what this is. This a turtle?
I think it's a cat. A baby cat?
Oh man, yeah, let's keep it pushing. It's a kitten. Somebody freaking hit a kitten and like, come on, you got all this street space, ladies and gentlemen. You got tons and tons of street space. You gotta be rushing to see the kitten and not stop or swerve around them or something, man. Yeah, it's a little kitten. That sucks. Let's make this right on Coolidge. I don't want to get passionate because then my animal activist will jump out at me. We're in a residential area, y'all. We got some houses. So I guess there was some houses over here in the Drew Park neighborhood. Not many houses, but there were some houses. It looks like most of Drew Park was industrial and commercial. Got a Mustang on my right. This house, this is 2 houses in one. Let me reverse here so y'all can see this. There's 2 houses. They got 2 separate garages, but they're connected. You see? 4210-1 and 4210-2. It looks cool, and it's the same thing all over there. It looks cool. I mean, it's clean. The sucky part is you gotta literally share the driveway with your neighbor. You gotta really be a neighborly person. You gotta really like your neighbor, because if you don't like your neighbor, then you're in trouble. Got a little Halloween decoration on this mailbox on my right. Check out this house. It's over there in the tuck. They got a nice little yard. Yeah, they got a nice yard with it and everything. And they got their stuff gated, so you know? We're approaching Virginia Ave, the 4300 block of Virginia Ave. So this is the southwestern portion of the Drew Park map over here in Tampa, Florida. Zip code is 33614. We can go straight, I guess, and then make another right and come back down. So it seems like the homes were in the southern portion of the map. We got a basketball court over here. Got a few sidewalks, not much sidewalk. Sidewalk on my right, no sidewalk on my left. Somebody flying by. Those people who speed are the ones who run over cats. Like we were in, where were we at the other day? Let me see if I can recall which part of Florida we were in. We were in like Deer Beach, Florida, I believe. No, we weren't. Was it Deer Beach? No, it wasn't Deer Beach. It was before hitting Miami. We was at a Cracker Barrel. I can't think of Davie. It was like Davie neighborhood or something. And anyway, so the story goes, we're on Coolidge and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We got a large electric supply company in front of me. I'm gonna make this right, and then I'm gonna make another right over here on Hubert. We got a gentleman over here on my left that's sitting under a tree. He got a cell phone. He's over there utilizing technology. Oh, he's talking to somebody. He's talking to somebody on the cell phone. Let's make this right on Hubert, 4200 block of Hubert. So anyway, we visited this park for the very first time. It was a pretty cool park. It wasn't that bad. There was a statue of Gandhi. I thought that was interesting because I know Gandhi's supposed to signify peace, to my knowledge, right? I think he's supposed to signify peace. We're on Hubert and Orient. There's a bunch of houses over here, so we can probably zigzag this little area. And to make a really long story short, let me pull over. Wow, this Hyundai behind me is flying. Go ahead, you can go around me. So there was a bunch of ducks, and we were capturing some footage. Like, cool, look at there's ducks, Gandhi statue, and all that stuff. It was a little like a local park for the community. We're on Hubert Ave and Virginia, crossing over Virginia Ave, and so there was like several ducks. It was literally 7 ducks, because I remember after one of them went down, there was 6 left. And the way the one went down is there was this lady. I don't know what she was up to. I don't know if she was fully alert, fully attentive. We got some residents on my right about to go inside the property, and she was parking up, but there was some ducks crossing, some full-size ducks. We're not talking about little baby ducks, little pigeons. We're talking about like the duck was probably like, we're on Kentucky and Hubert Ave. The duck was probably like 2 feet tall. It was a pretty tall duck. These are full-size ducks. And they were casually crossing, you know what I mean? And she's, I guess, going to park into this there's a house for sale on my left-hand side. 4205, we're on Hubert, right? 4205 Hubert Ave in Tampa, Florida. See what that's going for, guys. Look up the price. 4205 Hubert Ave, Tampa, Florida. It's in the Drew Park neighborhood. Zip code 33614. We're on Ohio Ave in Hubert. So this lady, she parked up, and while she was parking, she runs over one of the ducks and crushes him. But not once, but twice. She hits him with the front tire, pretty much like broke the legs. Once the back tire goes over him, it snaps the neck. And there's just blood gushing, and you heard the crunch, you heard like the cracks, like the fracture, and it was just gushing blood, and it was like limping. It was like struggling for its last gasp of air. And she gets out of the vehicle nonchalantly and just walks away, and I'm like, ma'am, you know that you just ran over a duck. And her first response was, oh, I didn't see it. And what are those ducks doing in this park anyway? Like, what? Seriously? Man, like, are you serious? We got a house for sale on my right, 4102 Hubert Ave. See how much that one's going for. It's on Hubert and Woodlawn Ave. Yeah, and she said, what are those ducks? This is my first time seeing it. I said, ma'am, you're a lifelong resident of Florida. There's always, I'm sure there's ducks here. She's like, yeah, you're right, but I've never seen those ducks before. Like, if that justifies her running over the duck. She just seemed very careless. She didn't care. She did not care. Little's house is on my left. She didn't care. She seemed like she was really passive about it. She didn't show no sign of empathy for the duck that was like I'm talking about. It was a big duck, and it was like, and then the other 6 ducks. Remember in the beginning I said there were several. We're on Woodlawn and Thatcher Ave. Remember I said that there was several ducks. Well, now there were 6, because the other 6 were staring at their little duck buddy, you know, getting his last gas of air. And it just, you know, I told her, I said, wow, you made my first visit to this park a memorable one, and not in a good way. And she didn't really care. She tried to justify it, like, oh, she said that she was looking at the other ducks and she didn't see that one. Seriously, man. Seriously. I saw her. She just like she in a van. She did. I'm not gonna say she zoomed into the parking, but she did like a whole 7 miles per hour into the parking, which in a parking lot is kind of fast. And she just ran, ran over the duck, parked up, got out. And what made matters worse is, I'm thinking like she was like in a rush to park because she had to pick up her kids. Maybe she had to pick up her kids from like a rec center or something. And Omi was there to witness this. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
She saw the lady's demeanor and everything. And yo, she wanted to park up to go walk around the park. She was getting her laps on. I don't know if she was working on her weight loss plan, or like her step counter or something, but she basically did all of that to just walk laps around the park. I was like, oh my gosh. We're on Ohio Ave and Thatcher. There's another house for sale right here. 4212. I guess this would be on Thatcher though. On Thatcher. 4212 Thatcher Ave. Is this an Ave? Yeah, Thatcher Ave.
It'll be
Ohio
because the entrance is on Ohio.
Okay, thank you. So look up 4212 Ohio Ave. Let's make this right hand turn. But anyway, back to the story. I was kind of disappointed in her, and we sat down and we sat down on a bench, you know, just to take in the environment. We didn't expect we spent a whole like 25 minutes to almost a half an hour walking to this park. We walked to this park in order to sit down and take in the environment. That's what we wanted to do. We walked there purposely to like sit down and take in the environment. When we got there, she like traumatized us. Seriously, because we saw this duck struggle for his life, and then it got to a point where I had to walk away. Like I just walked away because I didn't want to sit there and then I didn't want to say anything too much to her, and she played victim and said, "Oh my God, he's harassing me." Then she said that she was gonna pick up the duck. She told my wife she was gonna pick up the duck.
But she went walking instead.
Say that again.
But she went walking instead.
Yeah, she thought that I didn't notice from the back of my I kept looking. Like I walked away a couple yards, and she didn't look behind her. She like looked at us, and she looked down at the duck, then she looked at us, she looked down at the duck. And I guess she thought that we weren't gonna pay attention to it. We're passing Woodlawn Ave. Let's go right though, because that looks like it's probably gonna take us elsewhere. Yeah, that's the border right there. West Tampa Bay Boulevard, right in front of us. Where I just turned away from was the border, so it's a good thing that I didn't go there. Oh wow, he got like some full-size buggies in his yard, yo. Whoever this homeowner is over here, he got like some Max Payne or Mad Max type of. I said Max Payne. That's another game. Look over there. He literally has like 2 full-size buggies inside of his yard. Wow, with roll cages and everything. That's pretty cool. I would love to drive one. But yeah, so the moral of the story was sometimes, you know, people are too into their own cloud, their own circle to worry about you know, nature around them. And the same way that we're passing Thatcher, Woodlawn and Thatcher, the same way that kitten lost its life was probably due to one of those people who just, you know, oh, what was that cat doing there in the middle of the street? I've never seen a cat crossing the road. Why was the cat there in the first place? Like, what? Are you kidding me? That's like, imagine if that was a little child. Imagine if that was a little child crossing the street. Or imagine if that lady, you know, that pulled into the lot to go walk and capture some laps. Imagine if she ran over a child instead. Would she have said the same thing? Would she have had the same reaction? Like, that could have been a child for all she knew, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was like a little 2-foot duck. It wasn't like a little baby duck. I can understand if it was, you know, like the kitten. I mean, the kitten isn't even understandable because you see them moving. Then again, was it at nighttime? Maybe they didn't see. I don't know. I'm not trying to justify this person running over the cat or the person running over the duck. But all I'm saying is when I drive on the road, I do my best to, not only do I travel cautiously, but if I see an animal, I yield, I swerve, I brake, I do what I can to give that animal an opportunity to thrive. You know what I mean? We're on Air Cargo Road and Woodlawn Ave. This is the borderline. So let's make this right, because if we keep going straight, we will no longer be in the Drew Park neighborhood. That's a FedEx facility on my left. Let's take this straight up to the top of this neighborhood. There's a thrift shop, a Tampa Goodwill thrift shop up top. But let's keep on going straight, see how far it takes, and see if we see any more homes in the neighborhood. Maybe this neighborhood just had that one small area of homes, and the rest is all, you know, industrial, kind of, per se, almost. Yeah, but that was a really disappointing experience. And I would have thought she would have been more passionate. I would have thought she would have gotten on, she would like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I didn't see the duck. Oh my, he's over there limping and oh no, how can I do this? Like, you know what I mean? Nah, she was cool. She was about to go smoke a cigarette and chillax. Now, she wasn't really smoking, but like, that's an insider joke. But yeah, she was just nonchalant. I think I was probably more distraught than either of them. Them being my wife and being the lady that ran over the duck. Wow, look at this tower we got right here on my left. It's like a large antenna. It looks like it's sending a signal. Wow, look at that. Look at that on my left. See it? Wow, that thing's interesting. We just passed Cayuga. We're gonna take this up probably another 2 or 3 blocks. We just passed Curtis. We got the U.S. Army Reserve here? What? Yeah, the U.S. Army Reserve is 2 blocks to my right. Wow. Maybe it's one of their bases, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like a base, U.S. Army Reserve base. I'm gonna make this right over here on South Ave, because that block on my left is gonna take us outside of the neighborhood. Alright, I think we ran into some houses over here. Let's see. On my left, it looks like there's houses. This is North Hesperides and Anderson Ave. Let me make this left over here. American Recycling, cash for scrap. Oh no, they live next to a scrapyard. Sheesh. Yo, there's a lot of racetrack gas pumps there. Like the whole gas pump. The racetrack gas stations must have upgraded their facility. We're on North Lawbor Way. I thought this was houses, but now I'm looking at it. It doesn't really look like residents. So the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is next time you're traveling and you think you're running late, save a life. Slow down a mile per hour or 2. That's my PSA, my public service announcement. Osborne and Lawbor. We got some more houses on my left. But even some of these houses look like businesses. Look at Jeff's Transmissions. I could have swore we saw Jeff's Transmissions. Let me make this left. The house that what looks like a house, that's not a house. That's Restore All Water, Fire, Mold Services. I think the only true neighborhood here was the one that we just left from. That was the only true neighborhood. These live poultry on my right. Ducks. They sell ducks. Right now I'm over here talking about save a duck. They're over there eating a duck. That's crazy. And then I was in my head like thinking like watch when we leave, that lady probably gonna pick up the duck and she gonna have dinner. She gonna have duck stew. That's not funny to some people, but it is funny to others. It actually sounds quite tasty to others. But I've never eaten duck. I've never been interested in eating duck in my life. But I know some people who enjoy duck. There's people who enjoy turtle, people who enjoy snake, people who enjoy, crocodile and crabs or alligators, all types of stuff. I don't know. To each his own. On the other hand, I'm over here and I enjoy onions. Shout out to onions. Shout out to lettuce. I wish I had some onions right now. That sounds good. I'm on South Ave and Coolidge. Let's make this left. Let's go to the top of the neighborhood. Because I keep seeing the top of this area on the map, but it seems like nothing but commercial businesses, guys. Yep. A bunch of commercial businesses. Ooh, there's the nastiest classic over here. Nasty being good. Whew. There's a beautiful classic back there. It was like a 50s Bel Air. Oh man, it was spectacular. It looked like it was in pristine condition. Y'all couldn't see it, but just believe me, it was a beautiful view. There's a Hooters right up top too. Yo, that's crazy. So this neighborhood got a lot of adult stores. Like adult businesses and stuff. So if you live in this neighborhood or you buy one of those houses, then you know you got access to that. Like pretty much whenever you want. Alright, so no, I don't wanna kick my idea out yet. It was gonna be like a competition to Hooters. I had thought of this business a few years ago, probably like two years ago. And I don't want to put it out there because I probably got a multi-billionaire watching this channel that's going to create this business and then they're going to take my idea. So no, but it's cool. But if y'all take my idea, just let me get free admission to at least, one night at this business. So, Hooters is based on what? Breasts, right? Women with who are well endowed in their breast area. Let's make this left. Pink Pony. There's another business over here called Pink Pony with women. Oh my gosh. Maybe they could put my business here in this neighborhood. So instead of Hooters, I was thinking of like a business called maybe like buns or like cakes or like, I think buns, B-U-N-S or cakes or peaches, peach. Basically, they have women that walk around and show their cleavage. My business would be pretty much the same thing, or my idea I should say. But instead, it'll be focused on their rear end, on the ladies, tushy. You know what I mean? But it would be called, I don't know, buns? I think buns, because bun, you got a bun or you got a cake. Cake is like more hood term. Then on my right, it's Pink Ponies, showgirls, yep, full nude. Holy smokes, adult bookstore. Gee, golly. But yeah, so, but they basically, there's a Hooters on my left. But basically, they serve you, I guess in tight spandex. And, I don't know, they're, they, I guess, thick waists, thick thighs, big rear ends. The tops isn't too much. I guess if the female is proportioned accordingly, then that's up to, God. But, yeah, so just speaking of that idea, so this neighborhood has a bunch of businesses that are revolved around adults and whatnot. I thought of that, and it'll be a restaurant. It'll just be a restaurant, basically to serve, food, I don't know, whatever food people like. But instead of it being called Hooters, it'll be called, something related to bottoms. Maybe it could be called Bottoms. B-O-T-T-O-M-Z, Bottoms. And when you go in there, you see bottoms. You know what I mean? don't know. Would that be sexist? Would that be feminist, like, or something of that nature? Yo, there's some businesses on my right hand side, like Ross, discount store, Applebee's. You go Apple Bottoms. You know what I mean? No, I think Applebee's will try to sue you. We got Pep Boys on my left, Enterprise, Pizza Hut, Pizza, Am Scott, and all that stuff. And then we come over here and we're back on the main road. We got a Hyundai dealership, a Nissan, down Mabry, northbound. Yeah, down Mabry was where we started out at. Yeah, this is that highway where we started out at with the sports complex. Yeah, so but I got better restaurant ideas, ones that I won't speak of. That was just like a joke one. Like, I'm never gonna create that restaurant. It's not like, I'm gonna start that. Where am I going? It's not like I'm really gonna start that restaurant. I was supposed to go back there, but I think this is taking us away from back there. Yeah, it definitely is. It's cool. We'll go straight. We'll somehow make a U-turn and go back. But yeah. So that's a little idea there. It's a silly idea, but I think it'll sell. So it looks like on Del Mabry Boulevard or Highway, whatever this is, there's a lot of car dealerships. Because I see car dealerships all up in this. Lexus on my left, Ford on my right. We passed Mercedes. Remember, there was an Infiniti. And I'm sure there's dozens of other car dealerships up and down this road. I'm going to make a U-turn though. And we're going to exit this neighborhood. Which, now that I look at it, it's not much of a neighborhood. It's not much of a neighborhood. It seems like it's more of an industrial complex area. Yeah, I'll take you guys past the Yankees training camp, and then I think that'll conclude our little zip through of this area. I was expecting more houses. I was expecting more residential, but it wasn't much residential. The one thing that they have most is the sports. To give you a synopsis of Drew Park is a mixed-use neighborhood with sports arenas, including the George M. Steinbrenner Field, which hosts the New York Yankees spring training, baseball games, and the Raymond James Stadium, home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFL team. Nearby, the sprawling wildlife-rich Al Lopez Park has nature trails, a dog area, and a fishing pond, while casual chain restaurants and diners serve comfort food and Asian fare. I didn't see like a lot of that. Like, it was a lot of business, like a lot of industrial stuff. College hunks. Hauling, major. I'm about to say, is that like a male Hooters? College hunks. No, it was something else. Pet spa, pet vet, thingy-majiggy, eco mines, lodge, eco park, Infinity. Yeah, this is where we was at earlier, on my right hand side. And right there's the sign, Drew Park. Howard Street, Drew Park. So we're gonna merge right. We got the Mercedes dealership on my right hand side. And then you get to see the Yankees training stadium on my right hand side. And yeah, guys, that'll conclude our really awkward, short, and strange tour of the Drew Park neighborhood over here in Tampa, Florida. I say it's awkward because I totally did not expect it to be factories, warehouses, factories, garages. With the exception of those few blocks, there wasn't really much, in my opinion, to aspire to see. So I'm sorry about that. But that's part of learning. At least y'all saw these stadiums. If I have any sports folks watching that appreciate sports, well, there you go. Thank you for watching. This is your homeboy Toon, Mr. Toonie Magooney, $2, Toon 215. Y'all know Toon be chilling, and I'm tuning out.